I finally told my niece the truth about why I stopped talking to her dad. We were at my cousin's backyard barbecue, and somehow I ended up sitting at a patio table with my 17-year-old niece, Maya. I hadn't spent real time with her, since she was a little kid before everything, with her dad exploded. She kept giving me this curious look, like she was trying to solve a puzzle no one had given her the pieces to. Eventually she just asked, "Why don't you and dad talk?" Everyone gets weird when I ask. I tried to laugh it off. Said grown-ups fight sometimes, but she wasn't buying it. Maya's always been sharper than her parents realize. She pressed again, telling me she was old enough to know the truth. And honestly, she was. She deserved more than the half-truths she'd been fed her whole life. So I took a deep breath and told her the real reason. Her dad stole from me. Not the small stuff either. $20,000. I'd saved over 10 years working double shifts. Money I was going to use to buy my first house. He was deep into sports betting back then. Made a temporary withdrawal from my savings while I was out of town. And when it all fell apart, he blamed me to the rest of the family for overreacting. When I confronted him, he tried to spin it like I was selfish for not helping him during a hard time. That's when the screaming match happened. The one that ended with our parents picking sides. I moved out. He stayed the golden child. And I decided if the family was going to treat me like the villain for being angry, then I'd take myself out of the narrative entirely. I hadn't spoken to him since. Maya went quiet. Really quiet. For a minute I thought I'd made a mistake. Then she asked if the part about the money was true. I told her yes, and that I had the bank statements to prove it. She didn't even look surprised, just tired. Like a kid who'd finally gotten confirmation of something she'd suspected for years. She told me she'd found old texts on her dad's phone once about debts and owing people. And when she asked him, he snapped at her, so she'd stopped asking. But she always wondered why everyone tiptoed around him like he was a glass bomb. 2 days later, my phone started blowing up. My brother, her dad, was raging, saying I poisoned his daughter and destroyed his relationship with her. He said Maya confronted him and asked if he'd really stolen from me. He told her I was lying. She didn't believe him. He banned me from the house, told me I was dead to him. Honestly, I've been dead to him for a decade. Didn't change much, but then something happened I didn't expect. A week after the barbecue, Maya showed up outside my apartment. She'd taken the bus across town just to talk. She said she needed space from her dad because she was tired of feeling like she was living in a house where the truth was optional. She told me she didn't blame me for leaving. She probably would have done the same. Then she asked if we could start over, not as the uncle she barely remembered, but as two people who actually want to know each other. We sat on the front steps for almost an hour, talking about school, her friends, her plans for college. She said it felt good to finally understand the missing piece in the family timeline. And when she said, "I'm glad you told me," I realized that maybe telling her the truth wasn't the mistake everyone was yelling about. Maybe it was the first real connection we'd had in years.